Welcome back, everybody, to Facetious. This is an open forum radio and concurrently a Geeks Gone Raw production. Look, thank you for joining us this evening. Before we get started, I want to send prayers out to London and everyone affected by all of the terrorist attacks out there. So, I pray for healing and that the police find those people and really. I hope that we take down ISIS in 2017, 2018. Like that should be a goal for everyone.
How do you take down an army that doesn't have a uniform?
Because you take down the ideal and the people supporting it. But I am one of your hosts. I am Larry, aka Bluemanrule, and I am ecstatic to be back with you after a 2 week break. And I am joined as usual by my main Damien, my co-host Supreme, none other than Mike, aka Scarfinger, aka Real Talk. What's up, though?
So nice.
So yeah, man. So that's what I hope happens at some point, because
the problem isn't the fact that we want ISIS taken out. The problem is how. Like, how do you really deal with something that doesn't have the same kind of structure that you would have if you were going to war against another country?
Right. But I know that soldiers are taught to be adaptable, right? But it's not. It's hard because you have to attack it from so many different levels.
Soldiers are taught to follow orders.
Right, but they're taught to be flexible in the field and in the execution of those orders. But what's hard is that it doesn't even, like, the hard part isn't actually, I don't believe, the execution of it. The hard part is strategically trying to outmaneuver them, right? And push them into a corner. I think that's the hard part. And it doesn't start at that level. It doesn't start at that execution level. It starts at the tactical or the strategic level, right? So it goes up higher. So that's a little bit more difficult. But that in and of itself is a talk for a different time. Because, bruh, we got things to talk about.
What you got?
First of all, man, hey, we missed you for 2 weeks. We were gone. We went ahead and we celebrated Memorial Day for everyone who had lost their lives, sacrificing for our country and our freedoms. So we thought that we would take that day off as well.
And we correctly observed, and we understand the difference between Memorial Day and Veterans Day.
Right.
You did too.
Exactly. So we went ahead and honored them that day. And so we're back. So Mike, I know you had a lot going on, man. So if you want to jump into it, I got some stuff, and then we'll get into what I was doing. So let's get it in.
I didn't really do a whole lot. I had Pooh Bear that weekend.
Okay, word up.
That Monday is I had to take Pooh Bear back and meet at the halfway point and such. And it was just gonna get too close to the time. Like by the time I got back just to my girlfriend's house, not even to here, which is another 20 minutes away.
Right.
It was about 7:30 by the time I got back. So
hey, man. Yeah, I know that's tough, man. But hey, like I said, hey, just take the time. It was all good. I'm glad you made it there safely and back. I'm pretty sure she had a good time that weekend. And did you cook anything special?
No, not really. Just hanging out with my Pooh Bear. I didn't do anything. I ain't go to no cookouts, no nothing, bro.
What?
My family did something on Saturday, but I worked till 4 on Saturday, and then I would have to go home, get changed, drive another hour to go there. That type of thing.
Yeah, that ain't no fun.
They did an African theme, and I ain't got no African clothes.
So you African clothes free then, huh? Man, all right. We gotta.
What I look like? Look, my fit isn't a dashiki.
Shoot, man, ain't the shiki supposed to be pretty free flowing?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm good. I don't need a dashiki. I don't want a dashiki.
You don't want what?
I don't identify with being African American. So
here we go.
Y'all can keep that African stuff, because ain't nobody in Africa checking for me. There is not a single person in Africa that gives a shit about me. So I'm black. I've never said that I was African American in life. I am black. I'm a black dude. I'm a brother.
Okay. I hear you. I hear that. Now I've had discussions about that. Hey, what's up, Will Slasher? I've had discussions about
So
that whether I prefer to be called Black, African American. And here's the thing. It's not. I guess it depends on the intention, but I don't. Despite intention, I really don't let. I guess either phrase try to. I guess insult me, because I think insults are something you will let happen to you, right?
No, I'm not insulted by it, but I will say, like, a lot of people who identify with their culture of origin, like Asian Americans, Latino Americans, like that type of thing.
Right.
They all have some sort of connection to their culture, and since the African culture was beaten out of us, I don't have any connection to that culture.
Okay.
So I don't want to assimilate myself to someone else's culture, because by default, it's not mine.
I hear you. I guess that makes sense. I mean, it makes sense. In America, we expect everyone to assimilate into the American culture anyway, right? So
yeah, I don't want to appropriate African culture the way that white people appropriate Black culture.
I see. Low blows. I hear you talking about hip hop, but listen, I understand. But now we'll have to get into it here in just a minute, because now Slasher said he sees you in more of a Hugh Hefner robe than a dashiki.
I have a robe. I have one robe. I rarely use it.
Is it the good hotel cloth robe, or is it that silkiness? Is that silky goodness?
It's a flannel. It's flannel, dog.
A flannel? Oh no, son! You did not come up in here. You did not roll up in here in a flannel robe.
I did. It wasn't even originally my robe. It was passed down to me.
Hold on, man. Okay, the things that I don't wear that are other people's. I don't wear other people's, even if it's clean. I don't wear other people's socks. It was my lady's robe at the time. Okay, so you even gender switched. You gender swapped the robe.
No. It was okay. All right, just 100% truth. Sherry had got it before her weight loss surgery.
Okay.
So it was a fairly large robe, because she needed it for the hospital. So she got one of those, and then after she lost all that weight, of course, it's too big for her, and I'm a fat nigga, so why not give it to the fat nigga? So
hey, Slasher wanted to know though. The $100 million question is: does it have a vape pocket though?
I believe it does have pockets. I don't know. I guess if I put a vape in it, it would be a vape pocket. I just realized I ain't got my vape with me. But yeah, it has a pocket. If I put a vape in it, does that make it a vape pocket?
Possibly.
Right. So yeah.
I mean, if it was,
And did I talk about my new vape?
Yeah, you did. Well, no, you talked about it on. I think you talked about it on Scarcasm Live with. But maybe you can talk about it. I don't know. It's been 2 weeks.
Let me grab it so I can talk to the people. You filibuster.
All right. So while I'm filibustering, look, man. Will said every pocket is a vape pocket. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I mean, your wallet, your keys, well, not necessarily the wallet, but at least the phone and the keys got to go somewhere, man. So you got to have some dedicated pocket somewhere for something. All right, Mike, you got your vape.
All right, so I bought a new one, and it's this big monstrosity of a vape. Mm-hmm. It's a Rumalo RX2/3. And the 2/3 thing is because you can put 2 or 3 batteries in here. So it lasts longer, works better. There's a whole lot of stuff that it can do that I won't be able to do it until I buy a new tank. I'm still using my mini tank. But this thing is phenomenal. And I can't wait till I can go temperature control. Okay, that'd be great. I got to get new coils and stuff like that. That in a new tank that can do temperature control. I have used it. I've used it primarily on 2 battery mode. I bought some extra batteries, and I was thinking about trying a 3 battery mode, but there's no reason to, because I don't vape at a really high wattage. So it's no real need to do that. But I love this thing.
You're talking a whole lot of inside baseball right now. Like I'm just gonna tell you, it's a whole lot of inside baseball. But now, since you brought it up and you saw that I put the article out here, according to Lifehacker,
he said he has a Smoke Alien 225. I think this goes up if you put it in 3 battery mode. It can go up to 240.
Okay, with 60 bucks.
I usually vape around 30.
Okay. With a baby beast tank. That's what's up. Now, Mike. Now you remember the
That's
article?
the tank I want to buy. I want to buy a baby beast. I don't want to buy a cloud beast because I think that's a little bit too much for me. But I want a baby beast or a big baby beast. I'm thinking a big baby beast.
Okay, so now according to a Lifehacker that I sent an article this week. Now it was sent. I guess I sent it on Friday to you. It said the secondhand e-cigarette vapor is unhealthy for everyone, especially kids. Now, you were not really happy about that, but it says here
it wasn't like I was unhappy about it. I'm like, look, the tobacco companies have been trying for a very long time to do whatever they can to get vaping classified as a tobacco product, because then it could be regulated like tobacco products, and then everything costs more. There are more restrictions on what you can do and all of that. So they've been trying this type of stuff for quite some time. And to be honest, they're kind of winning. So when I look at this, I look at it as I guess when it comes to vaping, I'm kind of the conservative on it. Like, I'm not listening to it. I'm not listening to what you say. I love my vape, and it works better for me than smoking.
Oh, you sound like I likes my gun and I ain't want nobody to take my rifle. Like, that's
man. Let me tell you, there was the last episode of American Gods is so, the end of it is so Americana laced, and it's based off of a god. I won't tell you, but he's the god, and then they go into this town that he pretty much presides over.
Okay.
And it's so Americana with slight Nazism, but it's so Americana. It's crazy. It's crazy, sir.
All right. So now the Surgeon General says this. Says that while vaping is considered to be somewhat healthier than smoking regular cigarettes because you're not coating your lungs in carcinogenic tar, it's still not a healthy practice, quote unquote, by any means. As Surgeon General explains, the aerosol you breathe in when you use an e-cigarette contains harmful chemicals and ultrafine particles you can inhale deep in your lungs. Now, pardon the pronunciation, I don't know how to pronounce this one, but it's diacetyl, benzene, nickel, tin, and lead are just some of the things found in e-cigarette vapors. And science is still trying to determine the health effects of other potentially harmful chemicals. Now, it also says, plus e-cigarettes contain nicotine, which is still highly addictive no matter how you intake it. So, and I was under the assumption that it didn't have that much nicotine in it until you told me later that, they amp up the concentration.
You can tell them how much nicotine you want depending on who you order it from or who you get it from. So, regular cigarettes are somewhere around 18-ish.
Okay.
But I'm down to 6. So, but here's my thing. Okay, so I understand the whole nicotine thing. Mm-hmm. The nicotine thing is real. It's basically for kids, it's not a good look. So you want to keep your kids away from anything that you have nicotine in, right. Especially not touching it because the nicotine can go through your skin. Mm-hmm. So I understand that aspect of it, but if you're telling me that this thing here, which, have you ever looked up the chemicals that are in cigarettes?
What I mean?
It's astounding.
Yes, a lot.
And there are 3 things that go into making this: vegetable glycerin, propylene glycol, and whatever kind of flavoring you use. Well, and then the nicotine. So it's 4. That's it. And now you're telling me that when I exhale all of this stuff, now all of this extra shit is coming out. Now I understand the not necessarily the lead, but I understand the other metals because your coal is made of
tin. Yeah, nickel, tin, and benzene is not a metal, but yes.
But nickel
lead,
is nickel. Yeah, I don't know about the others, but I know that this is my coal is a stainless steel coal.
Okay.
And I know it's a stainless steel coil. I know that the wire is stainless steel, and I know that and then there's cotton in here. That's pretty much just all in here.
Okay.
So you're telling me that if I inhale this stuff and I exhale, all of this extra stuff is coming out? Come on, bro.
Okay.
On, bro.
All right. Well, I hear you, but
that's why I'm like this. I'm like this. I would, even if this is in some way harmful, I'm still better off with this than smoking a cigarette. And everything that these kind of articles are saying, it's more dangerous than smoking a cigarette. Do you know what cigarettes do to people?
Well, I don't think they're saying that. I think they're just saying this. They're more dangerous than people think. Because I'll get to that, but I'll also say
the second hand is like, oh yeah, Will said there's a difference between the e-juice in vapors like what I use and the disposable e-cigs that most people use too. I mean, that's where I started. I mean, in fact, I still got some of them over there, but I just look at it from the fact that I will find it very hard to believe that this would harm me more than those Black and Milds I was smoking before, or those Newports that I smoke periodically when I go see my mom. Like I would find it very, very surprising that this is going to bother me more. And then people talk about like other stuff like popcorn lung and stuff like that. And I'm like, popcorn lung sounds like something serious. But you know what else is serious? Cancer.
Right. Right.
I'll take my chances with the popcorn lung if I can avoid the cancer.
Right.
In the, like you see those videos of like them hooking up like a lung to a device, and then like lighting a cigarette connected to it, and just see in minutes what it's doing to that lung. Nah, I'm good.
Right. Now, I'll say two things. Now, Slasher says, cigarettes have about 250 chemicals, whereas the e-vape, they have only verified that 15 comes out of vape. So he said he definitely do that. But
yeah, if you ever, like I said, if you ever look up how many chemicals are in cigarettes, it's astounding.
Yeah, I've looked it up before because I had to kind of know some of it for the tobacco cessation programs that actually were revenue generated for the state. Anyway, nevertheless, I had to learn about that. But the Center for Disease Control and Prevention suggests that 1/3 of adults who use e-cigarettes don't think secondhand vapors are harmful, and another 40% said exposure only caused little or some harm to children. So that's what I'm saying. So I just think that it's more dangerous than people think, according to the surveys, right? So apparently people don't think it's really that dangerous. But I just want to throw that out there, see what your thoughts are, since you're a vaping guy on it, so you will, and I guess
I'm vaping now. This I'm trying some new e-juice right now. This shit is great. Like, let me tell you, this I'm got it from Dollar E-Juice Club. This is called Confetti Cake. Bro, you can taste the cake, you can taste the frosting, and you may get a little hint of sprinkles on this joint. It's really real. It's really real.
It's funny, man. That's hilarious. Slasher said a secondhand fart is dangerous too. I concur.
Methane.
I concur. Yes, yeah, yep, absolutely. Now, he said vaping matters. Simpson said hashtag vaping matters.
Is it hot in here to you? Damn, I'm like really hot.
He asked me over a virtual connection, y'all. He said, "Is it hot in here?"
Like, I'm like sweating and shit. I got the fan on behind me. I'm sweating and shit. Like, this is not what's good. It's not good. It's not good at all.
Me said taste the sprinkles. All right. Okay, so
pause. Pause. But yeah, you get some sprinkles off this job.
Simpson said cake made love and scar. All right, so moving on. So on Saturday, my niece graduated.
Okay.
My niece graduated from high school.
Congratulations.
And yeah. But
wasn't it like a full week after your son graduated?
Yeah, 1 week. So he graduated last Friday, and she graduated, the following Saturday. So, or whatever, 2 Fridays ago, and then she was the following Saturday. So But here's the thing, man. It seems like nothing goes right in a graduation here. So when we were in there, the one thing that happened during one of the valedictorian speech, you know, they had like 6 co-valedictorians or whatever. And
damn. Now, I mean, you're supposed to have two.
No.
Valedictorian, the salutarian, or whatever you want to call it.
Salutatorian. Yeah, but
that's it. Like,
no, listen.
Then you got your regular speakers, but this is the reason why you don't have more than 2 people, because other people are gonna want to talk, and then I gotta sit there and listen to all this stuff before they want to give me my piece of paper, because they know once I get that piece of paper, I'm gonna be out. Like
deuces. But listen, so it depends on how the school rules were written, because they didn't want to give my school co-valedictorian. I actually started that tradition, but nevertheless, let's move on. When we were in there. Right. Is what it is. Look, when we were in there, during I think the 3rd speech, believe it or not, the whole auditorium's phones erupted because an Amber Alert had just went out. And so, and so it's just like, and it just grew. It just swelled throughout the whole auditorium. And she took like 10 seconds and she just let it go. And then they applauded her back in, and then she went back to it again. But
stop saying that crap. This is what happens when kids get participation awards. If you've ever played a sport as a child, you got your participation award any damn way. So stop that. There's no other way.
I didn't get a participation award.
Almost everybody who I know who played sports as a kid, they got some sort of trophy at the end of the season, whether or not they won or not.
No. They ain't play
everybody who I know here. I can't say about where you are, but the people that I know that played as a kid, they all got participation trophies. They little trophies, but like, I mean, how else are we gonna keep the trophy man in business if he only making 3 per event? Like,
what a trophy man making plaques for work. He making all type of things, man. He making plaques, he making name plates, he making medals for scholastic, ribbons for scholastic events. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So no, that's nonsense. Now I don't personally like it. But I know that it exists, and it existed way before us. So like us talking down on young people for getting trophies or getting something for participating, it's nonsense. Stop the nonsense. Like a lot of people got participation trophies, and if we're saying that it's hindering them and it didn't cause problems with us, then you need to kill that noise straight up. Well, it's not about the participation trophies. It's about those parents, and those parents who are
hyper pampering,
soft parents.
Okay. I appreciate that tone down. I appreciate
soft parents. The parents are soft, and they made soft kids. Like, what else are you gonna do? Like, the parents are soft, they made soft kids. End of story. Is just the same thing that but it's the dumb part about it is it's the same thing that every generation says about the generation before. Like, when we talk about music, your music is the best music, and maybe some of the music that came before you. But remember, your parents hated your music. Their parents hated their music, and it's going to continue. So when you go, music of today is just blah, 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 congratulations, you just became your parents.
Right.
Like, nothing else has changed. Nothing else in life has changed.
Nothing new under the sun, Mike. It's nothing new under the sun.
No. So stop the participation trophies thing. Stop it.
I am gonna say we didn't get participation trophies.
We
didn't get ribbons.
But a lot of people did.
So I'm just gonna Will say get off my line. but yeah, so exactly where I'm coming from with that. But then on top of that, Mike, so also there was another sobering reminder that I am so happy my kids are grown past the age of being like infants, because there are now people who were my peers in school whose kids are having kids because they had kids early. And what happens when they all arrive at an event and they have their kids and their kids are bad, like at a graduation when they're supposed to be quiet, then I just had to get up and move around. Like the whole family was in one section. I just had to get up and move around. So I just got up and moved. I didn't say anything. I didn't want to make anybody feel bad or embarrassed. I just got to move around. Was that wrong? Was that wrong of me to get up and move around?
Is when you don't have little kids anymore, you kind of forget what it's like to have little kids around. And little kids are annoying. They're so annoying. Little kids are annoying. They rarely do what they're told. Like, even if you got a mild-mannered child, like, your child is just gonna drift off and just start doing stuff because that's what kids do. But when you don't have kids around you that often, and then all of a sudden you have the when you don't have, and then all of a sudden you're around a whole bunch of kids, and you're like, ew, what's wrong with all these damn kids? Like, it's just how I feel. Like, Pooh Bear's 9, and whenever I'm around people with kids younger than 9, I'm like, what's wrong with your kid? But my kid was that.
Right. Your kid was that.
I took a trip. One of the times I went, I think the packs that we met.
Yep.
I think it was the packs that we met. I took a train, and Pooh Bear was like 3 or 4 or something like that. Like, Pooh Bear was really young, and we took the overnight train. So we're sitting there, and I'm on one side, the two of them are sitting beside each other, and it's like in the middle of the night, people are laying back. There's one dude snoring loud as hell, and
that probably would have been me.
And I'm just kind of laying back because I can't really sleep. I'm just kind of laying back, chilling, and then I hear, "Daddy, Daddy!" And I'm like, you have to use your inside voice. Like, I'm right here, Pooh Bear. I know. Can I come over there? And I'm like, look at your voice. There's people sleeping. I am. Like, you know, the idea that she had no idea about the decorum that you're supposed to have.
Right.
When you're in that type of situation, that's what kids are. And
man.
Kids are the ones that would scream daddy when they're just sitting right across the aisle from you. Like, and are generally annoying to everyone else around you.
Man.
Because in my case, I don't like kids. I only like mine. So, like, if your kid is acting up, I got a problem with your kid. Can you do something about this, please? I mean, I don't like kids, and I'm glad that I only have this one.
See, yeah, you wouldn't enjoy this graduation at all, like, in the slightest. No. You wouldn't have been down with any of this.
And it makes me feel old that people I was in high school with are grandparents now.
Right, like, their kids are having kids. It's to that point to where you're like, boy, that's tough. So it's. I
mean, I'm not Ace old.
Yeah, we'll get to Ace later on, man, in the shout outs. But so, yeah, man, that's just one thing I was wondering. I was wondering if it's wrong if I just got up, moved around like that, but
no, I don't think so.
Okay, because
you don't want to have to cuss nobody out.
You're right. I didn't want to have to show my hood because they all from where I'm from and they know that I can get real hood. Mm-hmm. So I didn't want to have to show my hood. Derek said kids always flock to me and want to play. He says I hate it.
You let your kids.
Let your kids. But listen. Oh, you got something else? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You got it.
Okay, no, I was just gonna say. So, Mike, in my career field, I actually have to pretty much go back to school summarily. I have to have a total of roughly about 500 hours of additional education. Right? I told you my first 3 years on the job are like all training. Right? So I'm in this training class now. It's a month long. I'm in it all day long, 5 days a week, all day long. And you know how they give you the little name tag where you write your name on it and you put it up? Mm-hmm. And I walk by everybody's desk and everybody had kind of filled out the back. I'm like, why are you filling out the back? Don't you know your own name? So I'm like, you don't need to call on you on the back. So when you sit down or sit down at a conference or something like that, and they give you your own little name plate, the little tent to mm-hmm. sign, do you fill out the back and the front or just the front?
Never. Well, the ones that I've been to with my last job, they gave us just name things, and it was just our
name tags. Okay.
Yeah, name tags.
All right.
So it wasn't that serious. I've seen it happen.
Right.
I've seen it happen in high school. I've seen it happen. What's up, Ethan? I've seen it happen where it's Okay, so every year I was in ROTC all 4 years in high school. At the end of the year, they had the awards banquet, and when you got called for your specific award, you walk up to the thing, you kind of stroll in front of everybody, you stop, pop, take your salute, and you say, you see that salute was still Christmas.
That was quick. That was Christmas. Boy, it went straight up to the. Wow.
No, it's right in the corner of the eyebrow. If you ain't got a hat on.
If you ain't got a hat on.
If you got glasses, it's the armor year, the glasses.
Okay. All right.
It's there. But but we had to go up and say, sir, whatever your rank is, Corbin reported as ordered, sir. And that's what we had to do. And then it got to the point to where we had to start outdoing each other. So we would do it sharper, and we would say it louder. And this one guy, I was in the 11th grade, and he got an award. He went up there and he said, sir, and forgot his name. He had to look down at his he looked down at his name tag. He looked down at his name tag because we're all in uniform.
Right.
He looked down at his name tag to remember what his name was.
Man, I don't think I've ever been that particularly nervous about something, or flustered, or anxious. I forgot my own name. You know what I mean?
I don't get nervous. I don't get nervous in situations like that, because that's pretty much a performance, and I accept performances.
Word up.
Like this. This is a performance to me.
That's why we're here. So no, I just wanted to see if it was just me, because I'm like, who writes the name on the backside as well? And why? How is that helpful to the people who asked you to write the name on the front? So that was just, I don't know. I guess that was just an odd little observation that I noticed. But I'll tell you what, this one is not an odd observation that I noticed. I don't know if you guys remember, a few episodes back, I was talking about Bill Maher and how I compared him and how I think that he's constantly and consistently just I guess boorish for being for the sake. I guess he's shocking for the sake of being shocking, right? As like he's very ill planned in his show and things like that, and it's not as smart or intelligent or as timely as what someone like John Oliver would do, right? So all right, Mike. So I don't know if you saw it, so I'm gonna go ahead and share it with you, bro. And I'm gonna go ahead and share it with everybody here. Look, I know y'all think I'm making this up, but your boy Bill Maher.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's been everywhere. He compared himself to a house nigga.
That's what he did, basically. He was here telling a joke, and he said, what was it here? Yeah, he said, I'm looking for it because I want to read the quote specifically.
You just had it, and you started scrolling.
Did I have it? I thought I had it.
Yep.
Anyway, he said it was a joke. It's rushed to the no. Where was it?
Somebody said something about being in the fields, and he said something about being in the field, and he was like, "I'm a houseman." Right. I mean, that's pretty much what it was. Like, it really isn't.
Oh, here it is. Here it is, right here. He said, he was on a show in suggestion, and he was talking with somebody. And a representative from the state of Nebraska said you should visit his state. And he said, "You're welcome." Sass said, "We'd love to have you work in the fields with us." Amar responded with his hands up, "Work in the fields? Senator, I'm a house nigga." Like, first of all, Bill Maher, you're white. Let's be clear. That word ain't cool for you to say at all, homie.
Okay.
Like, number two.
I got something to say about this, but go ahead. I'll let you do your thing.
Number two, I'm pretty sure nobody on the set was black that day. Because if it was, probably would have got checked. And number
Probably
three,
not, because he said it plenty of times.
And that's the problem, right? That's the problem, right? And number three, like, what's funny is that if he, come on, man, like, it's just, to me, and it's not about being insensitive about using the word, because we're gonna talk about the Chappelle stand-up and stuff, and I must have heard the N-word 40 or 50 times in there. But the fact that he threw it around and he doesn't really understand the gravity of the word is what's problematic to me. That's what lights me up right there. And the fact that a dude like that has a stage to say things like that, come on, man, like, for real, like, consequences, dude. He needs real life 5-finger consequences. But go ahead.
Okay, so here's the thing. I live in Virginia, which is some could say land of the interracial relationship. there's so many interracial relationships, especially Newport News and the surrounding area. I say, there's still racists around, but if you're racist, you must be pissed all the time. Because it's a ton of interracial relationships. But I know a lot of people who are in interracial relationships with white people, and there's been people, and more specifically white ladies, that felt like it was okay for them to say nigga. And I had to check somebody a long time ago, and I said, that's not for you. And she was like, I can't say it because I'm not black. And I was like, you're correct, and you don't get black by deposit.
Right.
Right. You don't get to be black by deposit. And I know some of them that have half-breed kids and stuff like that, and they feel like it's okay. Like one of my old friends, like I actually witnessed her referring to her son as a little niglet. As funny as it was for me, because come on, when the dude said that in Tales from the Hood, it was funny. It was funny as hell. The little nigglets, but it's one of those things to whereas if you're around black people enough, and you have certain black people that don't care and they let you roll with it. It's the same thing that happened with those white rappers. Those white female rappers a few years ago, where it was a big deal because they were hood rats. They were white hood rats, but they were hood rats, and they just freely just said it. And it was a big deal because like the one that was the big star of the group, I think her name was Krayshawn or something like that. She was catching the blowback from her white female friends that were saying it in a room full of black dudes mostly. And it gets to a point to where you can misidentify your situation depending on who you're around. You're around people who let you say it all the time. And I had to check some people close to me. It's like, no, you can't do that. But you could do that when you're around your friends, but you can't do that around me. I've been through that. And Bill Maher, he likes his chocolate.
Like I said,
in his personal life, he would be the depositor, not necessarily you know what I mean. I know what you're saying. But I mean, in his case, he feels like he's free to say that because he had a long-standing relationship with Superhead. Like he loved her, like really loved her. Like he will not let you, like Bill Maher to this day will not let you call her Superhead in his presence.
It doesn't matter. I don't care how much.
But it's one of those things. He's so protective of it, but he's also just as ignorant of it as anything else. And he thinks that his association is what gives him basically the gall to just say it and think that nothing is going to happen with it. The same way with Kathy Griffin. Like somebody. Like the problem with Kathy Griffin is somebody, like she's a D-list celebrity at best. Somebody should have said, maybe this isn't such a good idea. And like everybody involved, from the people who came up with the idea, from the people who took that picture, to the people who processed that picture, to the people who post that picture out, none of them said, maybe this isn't a good idea. And now she's lost everything, and she up there crying, talking about some that Trump broke me. I mean, this is one of the few times you'll hear me actually say Trump's name, but Trump broke me. No, you broke yourself, and everybody around you failed you, because somebody should have said, we can't do this. Right. It's the same way that I said that in some of these boardrooms when they do some of this stuff, and it's like, was there anybody black in that room to be like, Maybe not. And,
No.
and even in gaming, who they needed one person in that boardroom in Steam headquarters when they revealed that controller and be like,
I don't know.
No, I don't think so. Like it's you know, be like somebody is. We all need that. We all need that real person in the room. In these boardrooms, in these places where these decisions are being made, to be like, maybe not so much. So here's my proposal.
Okay.
Every boardroom needs one big mama, one black lady,
or one Charlie from Blackish.
I've never seen Blackish.
Oh, you gotta watch Blackish.
I've heard that. I've heard that.
Charlie is that dude. Dude.
But you need Big Mama, because you know Big Mama is she done lived most of her life, and she's confident in who she is, and she is confident in telling you what you shouldn't be doing because of her life, and she know no. Baby, and she can break it to you easy. Big Mama can break it to you easy. Baby, I don't think that's the best idea for you. Or, I don't think this is gonna go over well. It ain't gonna go good for you, baby.
Now look. My grandma, she would get that for you after. She would get there after. That's always part B. Part A is always.
Exactly. Like somebody, you need a later. You need a later. Like, that's all you need is and then with the did we do something wrong? Just I don't think this is gonna work. Like, you need one of them. So I am advocating for the use of Black women in boardrooms to go ahead and work all this stuff out. Like Kathy Griffin could still have a career. And on was it CNN or whatever one of those. I mean, now she ain't got no choice but to go to MSNBC. But just one person just needed to just say, I don't think this is a good idea.
So she needed Big Mama, and Big Mama failed Kathy, is what you're telling me. So Big Mama was not in place. Because you're saying Big Mama was in place.
Kathy failed herself by not having a Big Mama or somebody to spit that reel around her. All she needed was one person to spit that reel around her, and she would still have her career. Personally, I'm not offended because I remember, and I share it quite often, all of the stuff where people are talking about, oh, how could she do this? Like, do y'all remember what everybody was doing to Obama when he got elected?
Right.
So I'm not offended by that at all. I'm not offended by that at all. But she should have known what was going to happen based off of the Snoop controversy. The recent Snoop controversy. Snoop had a Michael Rappaport was dressed as a clown that was made up like 45. Yeah, he was dressed up like 45. Snoop pointed a gun at him, and that caused this whole big thing. So what makes you think that you can hold a severed head of what looks to be a severed head of 45 and think that's gonna be that? This is what's hot on these streets.
Right.
Go sit down.
Go sit down.
Go sit down.
So man, we had a lot of activity in the chat, and me said, talking about Bill Maher is like, man, y'all aren't being fair. You have no idea how many back friends he has. Funny, irrelevant, but funny. Yeah. It is funny.
You know what? I always liked Bill Maher. I really like Bill Maher. I like his brand of humor.
I think it's base.
But
I think it's the lowest common denominator. But go ahead.
What bothered me was not necessarily the just the black and white race stuff. What bothered me was the Islamophobia.
Yeah.
That bothered me long before that Milo guy came on and it became this big deal. I think Bill Maher, if you would classify him, he's basically alt left.
I don't know what the classifications mean, son. Like, I'm rolling up in here with a card deck of classifications of people, and I don't even know what value any of them have. Like, that's how I feel.
Personally, I think it's stupid.
I think it's all dumb.
Because all we do with people going off against liberals and conservatives and stuff like that. You know what? Before you call me a liberal, think of me as an American, just like you. I want the same things out of life you want. We have different ways that we are supposed to get there, but let's just find a way to meet in the middle. Stop going off about liberals every damn day. I'll, not necessarily go off about conservatives every day, even though I think a lot of them are kind of foolish. But I'll calm down. Let's meet in the middle and try to find a good middle ground for us. Because going way left or way right is helping absolutely no one.
And for me, when you say these terms, and I've said it before, this polarization, I still don't know which city left or right is going to take me to. To me, it's just random land. Because guess what? How everyone defines left or right varies from person to person, because there are also just several factions within the left or the right that all believe certain things. And guess what? Some of them are nuanced. Most of them are actually nuanced beliefs. They believe a sliver of this here when the majority of it out here is not something they cool with. So then again, you have misclassification and overgeneralization, which does what? Helps absolutely no one. But that is the last of my political tirade. That's the last of my political tirade.
No, you know what? I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Man, go ahead. We here.
I'm keeping it to myself. I need to for the sake of everything.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
Let me keep that to myself. But I'm saying everybody should have a more open mind about what we need to do as a unified country, because we are so divided, and then there's a rise of so much hate and so much negativity, and the internet culture feeds on it, and it's just breeding these hate groups on both sides. And I'm not classifying Black Lives Matter as a hate group. I know some of you do, but I'm not. But you got these alt-right people, you have these people on the left that protest and go off about everything, and at some point we have to figure out what is important to us all, and how do we get there? How do we find the middle ground on all of this stuff? Because this thing is supposed to be about figuring out what works for all of us, not just some of us.
You're right.
But I mean, it was originally constructed as a way to figure out what's good for all the white men. But
as most things in history were.
But I think we've moved past that, and we should be more inclusive, and we should be, men's rights activists are just the worst. Like, did you hear about the Wonder Woman stuff?
Yeah, people were mad because they had all women theater or pre-screening of Wonder Woman, and they were like, "Why did we have a man one?" Because we got like 30,000 male superheroes that all have their own movie. Come on, man.
Bruh, like they won't even make a Black Widow movie.
And Scarlett Johansson, come on, son, she would tear that up.
She fine as hell. Other than the fact that what was it Civil War? She was pregnant, so they had to cut away from her a lot.
Right.
But I think it's like people just want to be mad about stuff, and I'm like, and I hate to say this, but my prevailing sentiment to all of it is like, nigga, why you mad? Like,
why you gotta go to the ninja already? We just got on the bar.
Like, why is you mad? And you know what? I'm speaking from not the perspective of a stereotypical Black nigga. Like, I'm talking about from the realm of where it comes from, where what white people say it comes from. It's like, it means that you're ignorant. Like, I believe that you're ignorant if you're just upset for the sake of being upset. Why are you mad about nothing?
Exactly.
Like, why are you mad about a woman's only Wonder Woman scream? It's Wonder Woman.
Right.
Sit your ass down.
Right. Hey, guess what? Oh, if they mad about Wonder Woman, wait till 2018 when all these Black Panther, Black pre-screenings drop. Son.
I don't go see movies. I don't go see movies on the first 2 weeks. I don't. I might have to go see Black Panther early, and I might have to put the pause on somebody.
Hey, I'm gonna stand in the theater like this. I'm standing at the back of the theater during the stingers. As soon as the credits start rolling.
I'm like when Black Panther come out, because I got to start hitting the gym. You know what I mean? Got to start throwing some things like crosses and uppercuts and all that other stuff. Like I got to learn. In order to go see a movie like Black Panther, like I got to learn how to throw these hands. Because if you see the cast, like you're like, man, it's gonna be black as hell.
You're right. A lot of hands.
It's like, bruh, it's like Ultra Luke Cage.
Right. It's Luke every Cage, black star on the planet, basically. Yeah. Michonne is in that piece. Like it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, Luke Cage is so black. Like it's so black, but it's still enjoyable, even though it's so black. Black Panther is going to be the blackest thing we have ever seen in a major way. TV or movie or anything. Like it's as if we were getting the other Panther movie. Like that we were talking about the other Black Panthers. It's gonna be so black. And I might have to put these hands on somebody, bro.
Get ready. He gonna come out there training. Scar gonna come in with the weightlifter gloves with the thumbs out. He gonna come in ready.
I'm going to the theater looking like Coach from Left 4 Dead. I know you're not a Left 4 Dead guy, but I'm gonna go to the theater looking like Coach from Left 4 Dead.
Man, that's crazy.
With a health pack and everything, because I might have to put a pause on somebody. I have to wrap these hands up real quick and I have to do some things. Like that's gonna be a problem. Like it's gonna be such a problem. But you already see it coming. Like why we gotta make a Black Panther movie with all these black people? Because it's been white people and everything else.
Right. And then on top of that, hey, I'm just gonna say this. You know, I really hope Stan Lee can actually make it to, you know, can hang around long enough to go see that. Just go ask Stan Lee why he wrote the character, bruh. Like, just go ask him. Like, go ask him why the character is there. Just go ask him. Ask him. And then when you hear his response, then you can shut up about the movie. You can shut up about the pre-screenings. You can shut up about all.
And then also there's the talk about X-Men and the creation of the X-Men. And once you start drawing those parallels, oh, okay.
Exactly. Yeah, right. Absolutely. But let's get to the chat, man, because I mean this chat has been crazy active, dog, and everybody is talking about the race stuff, and let's see. So, all right, so talking about the race stuff, who said something? Man, I was just there. Shoot. Oh, Meef said, even if you have the green light to use the N-word, you never know who's recording and going to post something online with no context. You know what? That's true, given this day and age. Because people walk around and selfie.
People are getting fired every day for using that word on like Facebook or Twitter. And the Facebook and Twitter people will send that shit to your job. And you're going to lose your job behind stupid stuff. Keep your mouth and your thumbs to yourself.
Keep it respectful. And then Heathen said, I have 3 other curse words. I don't need the N-word or the other F word.
But see, here's my problem with that whole thing. Like, what's your beef that you can't use one word? It's just one word you can't use.
Right.
There are hundreds of thousands of words. You can't use one and you mad because you can't use that one. It's one word. There's a couple of variations of the word, but it's one word. And why is that a problem for you?
Right, exactly. And here's the thing. People look at it like
I can't use words like good credit. Like you can't.
But so it goes on, man. They keep talking. They just tripping in the room, man, pretty much. But yeah, Akilah Cooper is on Luke Cage, and I think she actually wrote it. And she's a girl that went to my undergrad. But nevertheless, man, me said it'd be weird seeing Benedict Cumberbatch at a Harbor barbershop, because you know when the defenders all get together, it would be kind of weird. Keep them locked straight. But look here, y'all. We almost there. We only got 6 minutes left before we hit the hour, and oh man, I love that conversation though, man. We got to do something about this. But all right, Mike. So the couple of things that I want to really get into, if you have Windows 10 PC and you game, or you have Xbox One and you game, well, recently Beam switched over to Mixer, and its release came out. But listen, the co-streaming is awesome because you can do it now from the Xbox One. You can invite somebody who's in your party to co-stream with you. So if you're playing the game or you're playing different games, it doesn't even really, you can co-stream together. So they can go to either stream and watch all the streams.
Okay.
I just think it's cool. And you got
it seems cool. I don't think they didn't need to change the name.
I concur. They did not need
They didn't need to. Mixer.
They needed to change the name because Beam was copywritten in other countries. I would have changed it to something like Beamix, but whatever. I thought that it was good. I thought that it made sense. However, it's something that people should check out because I think that it's really good service.
The Xbox One, like they called it the Xbox One. Like
you're right. Co-stream up to 4 streams. Yeah, man, it's cool. Yeah, we'll get on and do something. Slasher, try to co-stream something.
Don't care. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you said that 3 times. I mean,
I know. I just wanted to make sure.
I mean,
I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure we got it. I just want to make sure we got it. We got it.
Yeah, we got it. All right. Now, the one thing, man, that I wanted to mention that I really caught up. So first of all, I caught up on the crossover between the DC shows. I'm caught up to there. I'm pretty much caught up on Flash. I am almost there on Supergirl, which I've realized I don't really like Supergirl that much. And,
I'm having the same feelings. I'm like, I'm watching this out of habit. I'm not watching this because I'm really enjoying what I'm watching.
Right.
I'm not all in on Supergirl, but the Flash, the Flash, and the Flash is legit. Arrow's legit. Legends season, the last season of Legends was actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Okay, because that's the one that's been letting me down too.
Oh, the last season of Legends was actually pretty damn good. So it's one of those things to where I'm like, I don't want to cash out because then I'm gonna miss something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the which crossover though? Because the singing crossover was terrible.
The singing crossover. Look, if it hadn't been for Supergirl,
it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible. It was nothing close to One Smallville Field.
Right. It was. You know what? The girl who did Supergirl, or whoever sang for her, because I don't think it was her singing. She actually sounded fine, but otherwise, man, yeah, I was like, what the hell am I watching? Like that was what was going through my mind. Like, what am I watching? Like that was yeah. But the Invasion crossover was actually pretty darn good.
Yeah, Invasion was great.
I enjoyed that quite a bit.
All the way through.
And I'm almost at the point of figuring out who Savitar is. I'm almost there, and I can't wait to get there. So, like I said,
it's not that hard. It's who you think it is.
Okay. Like I said, I haven't got to the point where they've dropped a lot of hints yet.
I was just kind of like, when it came up, I was like, oh, I'm hoping Savitar is like, ooh, it could be this person, it could be that person. And then when they revealed it, I was just kind of like, well.
I think I know who it is though. But I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, I did see that Black Lightning show was coming to CW as well.
With damn Scooter, yo.
Scooter from where?
Scooter from Living Single.
Oh, really? Was that
he's Black Lightning. Yeah, he was Scooter in Living Single.
Oh, cool out. Okay, so it's
which is better than Friends by a wide margin.
Absolutely.
Be no Friends if it wasn't for Living Single. Someone saw Living Single and said, I could do this with white people. Kind of like New Kids on the Block.
Look at him, right? So that's my thing. That's what I've been.
Shout out to New Kids on the Block though, because the Step by Step remix is the same exact song as the Captain Planet song.
This bogus is funny though. So I did want to say this though, Mike. We were together in the chat. Look, man, I watched the first Dave Chappelle special on Netflix. It was hilarious. Like that first special was real special. I mean,
it's called The Flash. He said we need a white lightning show now. No, it's called The Flash. His lightning is blonde.
Right. You're right. You're right. But no, man, that Chappelle stand-up was actually pretty cool. Now the second one is the one that felt dated. Like the second one was the one that felt.
He said, I saw an interview. He said one of those around the time where it came out, one of those specials was recorded and it was almost a year old.
Oh, okay. See, it makes sense. Because that's the one I felt like, man, that's older and it's not as funny. But that first one, man, his comedic timing, his setups, I mean, his delivery. Look, d-Chappelle is still at the top of the game, man.
There's not too many people that can do what he does for a living better. Whatever you do for a living, you may not do whatever you do for a living as well as what he does for his living.
Right. I mean, it's the dude is like, you think about the amount of money he got for those 3 specials. Think of 69 million or something like that. Like, if you think about that, bro, like he earned every bit of that just because, I don't know. Like, I can't wait to see his third one.
There's a third one that's supposed to be releasing before the end of the year, and that should be more timely. And I would hope that he addresses some of the things that came about because of these. I mean, because what happening, the social shift kind of shifted away from some of those jokes. Like when you start joking about rape and all of that kind of stuff, like it felt dated because of the year that had passed. And everything that we had gone through as a society when it comes to these things like Brock Turner and stuff like that. All of these things have happened since then. So it didn't feel right to be laughing at jokes about rape. But they were funny as hell. But
right. I mean, it was. I mean, it was well constructed when you think about, what he had, the thought that he put into it and his delivery, and like it was well constructed. And I mean, like I said, just that craftsmanship of it, that area of it, that was hard to pull off, and I don't think many people could have pulled that off.
I applaud his just technical ability to do the things that he can do. Then I kind of go ooh, on some of those jokes that did happen. That did happen.
Well, and the thing is, he acknowledged it because he was like lighten up, ninjas, because otherwise it's gonna be a long night. Like, he recognized that it was hitting kind of harder than people wanted it, that he wanted it to go. So he recognized it and just pulled it back, made it funny. But still, it's just, yeah, man, he recognized it. But like I said, that's what I'm looking forward to, is him doing another stand up. And again, I would love to see. I say it many times. I'd love to see Eddie Murphy come back and do a stand up about his life. Just since like fatherhood, marriage, divorce, marriage.
My problem is, can Eddie do it? I can pretty much guess that Chris Rock can do it. I think Eddie has been too far gone.
What do you mean, dog? Look, man, Eddie.
He's too far gone. I think he's too far gone. I think Chris Rock can do it. I think maybe Martin can pull it off, but I don't know.
Martin, who ain't okay. Look. I'm not gonna make fun of people who may have, some type of mental disorder. That's not what I'm here for. But I'll say this: like, he don't have all his bulbs in his chandelier. Like I don't think that he can do it. If you give me an option between Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence, I'm taking Eddie Murphy every single time with anything related to
what? No. We're talking straight stand up. Now,
we're talking straight stand up. Yeah.
Who could make a better movie? Oh, undoubtedly, it's Eddie Murphy, even though he has a whole lot of misses. But
no, I'm talking about straight stand up. I think you forget it. I think you forget how hard and Chris Tucker is hilarious, dude. Yes, Jay. And I'm not throwing him in the mix.
No, he's not. Chris Tucker is a great comedic actor. Have you seen his stand up?
I saw a stand up.
Not really that great.
But here's the thing. Yeah,
that's what Will just said. The Chris Tucker stand-up, the most recent one on Netflix, terrible. I don't think Chris Tucker got it. He's a good comedic actor, but he's not that great at stand-up anymore. I've seen his Def Comedy stuff, Def Comedy Jam stuff. Yeah. That was great, but then he got into these movies and he moved away from that. And that's what I'm saying about your boy Eddie Murphy. I don't think he can do it anymore. I think he can pull it off as a comedic actor.
But see, here's the thing.
I think he pulled off as a comedic actor. I don't think he got it.
Here's the thing. There are so many comics out there right now that can prove to you that just because they go to that movie side, it doesn't make them stale in the club. It just doesn't.
But he's been gone too long. He's been gone too long.
But I mean, look, man. Let's just pull the arguments out. Let's just pull the arguments of Richard Pryor. Let's just pull the arguments of, well, before all of the cases, Bill Cosby. Let's just look at people like Jim Gaffigan and everyone else who does stand up, that do movies, that go back. Kevin Hart. Like, let's just look at those people, man. If you go and look at
Kevin Hart doesn't count. As the lady from Sony said, Kevin Hart is kind of a whore. He just does whatever is in front of him. He's a workaholic, but he's kind of a celebrity whore.
But my point is that
I don't think Kevin Hart that funny, personally.
You know what? I was watching this last stand up, and you know what? What is it? What now? I was watching the one where he started off with like Halle Berry and it's like a Bond movie at the beginning or whatever. And here's the thing: it was not near as funny as Dave Chappelle's stand up. Like not near as funny as his first one, like the first stand up that he had on Netflix.
I'll watch one of his stuff, and the most you'll probably get out of me is a, huh. And like I'm
really
not laughing. I'm not laughing. Like I've laughed harder at a David Cross recent special than I have.
I don't even know who that is. All right, I'll have to check him out then. I'll have to check him out.
David Cross, he's one of those like smart type comedians.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Larry the Cable Guy had beef a little bit ago, but.
Okay. All right. Well, man, we 5 minutes over, dog. So go ahead and get your shout outs in before we head up out of here, man. And Simpson said that stop playing games. Eddie can still probably rock that stage. I concur.
Pause, granddad. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna forego the shout outs, and I'm gonna say this. I issued a formal apology on Twitter to everyone who told me that I should watch Power. And I said, nah, it seems a little too niggerish for me. Like, I'm like, nah. I ain't had no power I ain't had no internet for a few days. So I had downloaded the first season of Power from my cousin like years ago. Mm-hmm. And I had it on a hard drive. And I ain't had nothing else to do because I had already watched the Black Dynamite and all of the other stuff on my hard drive I had already watched. Black Dynamite, the animated is funny as hell. But so I was like, well, I ain't got no choice but to watch Power. I was entranced. Like, Power is phenomenal. Like, don't go into it with any preconceived notions. It is fantastic. Fan-stinking-tastic. And I was just a slight spoiler. In the last episode of American Gods, one of the Jesuses got killed.
So why are you giving out spoilers? Okay, so
because it's funny because there's a conversation that happens in the beginning when they talk about Jesus, and it was like, well, which Jesus? And then they have a conversation. Oh, yeah. You know, the kind of Mexicans kind of have their own Jesus, and you know, like that type of thing, like different, you know, right. different different places. Jesus looks different. So. Okay. So basically, the one of the Jesuses got sacrificed.
All right. Well, that's what's up. All right. So Power is recommended by Scar. Keep in mind he loves Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So keep.
No. This is it's a crime drama, and it has elements of like The Shield and Breaking Bad, to whereas they get in situations and you're like, how in the world are they getting out of this? Mm-hmm. And like just watching it all unfold, there's twists and turns. I watched most of season 2 yesterday. Like, I didn't go to bed. When I went to bed, it started to be light outside. So I watched pretty much all of season 2 yesterday. It's 10 episodes in season 2. I watched 8 of them yesterday.
All right. Well, Will said he got it on his Cody list, so I guess he's looking forward to it. So
get to that, son.
All right.
To that for real. All right.
Well,
shout out to 50. Even though I don't think 50 should be playing the character that he plays.
Cool out. Will said Scar likes Buffy, so he has good taste in shows, is what I'm hearing. Yep. Hear what you want. I mean, take in what you take from that, Will, because that's not. I ain't picking up what you or Scar putting down.
No one can rock red leather like Eddie. Go. Actually, 50 Cent wears a red leather Pele Pele in
call it Pele Pele?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, it's Pele Pele.
Who cares?
Okay. I mean, it's all good. I mean, I'm just
anyway, who's rocking Pele Pele right now? Nobody. So
You right. All right. So the short in your ear that I want to get to, I just want to tell people, just throw back. I was listening to it today. The Whispers, I was listening to Rocksteady. You know, made me think about the Batman games. Made me think about the concert when they came down here to Oklahoma City. That was it.
You know, the twins live in Newport News.
Do they really?
That's the primary residence. Is New
Steady, steady rocking all night long. Yeah, that should be the jam. So y'all throw that in, put that in. It's a nice little throwback jam. Look, shout outs to all of these people and all of these shows. First off, to You Lose, because I like it when the show releases and drops. Shout outs to Knox and Stewart, man. Both of them, looking at opportunities to move up in the world, find someplace else to be employed. So shout outs to them fellas. Good luck. I hope they hear something positive.
Knox better embrace that babysitting gig he got.
Man, leave Daddy Dick. Oh, that face is so wrong. Shout outs to my dude. Shout outs to my dude Darren. He's in class with me, and we'll be in class together for the whole month, pretty much the entire month of June. And shout outs to everybody who jumped in the chat. Slasher, Will Simpson, me for Waking Heathen, Rogue Spear. Shout out to my dude Ace, who turned 40 just this past weekend, man, on Friday. So
you old.
He definitely over the hill, man. So, but
Ace is so old. You're supposed to say how old is he?
How old is he?
His birth certificate is in cuneiform.
Bogus. The very first alphabet. Boy, that's wrong. That's wrong. But
they had to decipher it from the.
Papyri. They took out papyri, or was it from the hieroglyphs they pulled it from? So
they had to take out papyrus and do a rubbing of it, so they could get it on paper.
Right.
It's
kids don't vape.
God.
Kids don't vape. That's what vaping gets you right there.
That's what Latin Pharmacy does. Yeah. So they had to. They had to use some things in order to decipher it. What's it called? The thing where how we deciphered old languages based off of that tablet. What's it called? The Babylonian thing.
I don't know. It's not the Da Vinci Code, but I know what you're talking about.
My joke messed up. Okay.
It's all good. So. Also, I don't know. I hit him out. I didn't know if he wanted me to tell him, but I'm just gonna say congrats to my boy Simpson. And I'll leave it at that. If he let me know then I'll just announce everything. But that's really about it. But I will see him August 11th. No, Simpson. No, I will see him August 11th and maybe the 12th, because that's when I'll actually be out in Virginia. I'll be in Virginia, end of July through August 11th. And I think we're going to extend my weekend stay so I can go and kick it. So I think I'm going to do that. And we got to go to Bob Evans when we go, Mike. Like we're going to roll in. You're going to take me to Bob Evans. We're going to sit down. We're going to eat. We're going to have a good time. And yeah, man. So, but that's really about it. Everybody, thank you so much for watching and listening to episode 75. I did call this episode Stretching Our Legs because at 75 episodes, we just really getting started. But I think I'm going to call it Black by Deposit, ? Because, yeah, I think that needs to be the show title. So, everybody, thank you so much for listening and or watching Facetious episode 75. Look, we hope to be back in your ear and in front of your eyeballs again.
The Rosetta Stone.
The Rosetta Stone. See, I should have known that.
I messed up my own joke because I couldn't remember Rosetta Stone.
It's all good. But everybody, we'll be back in your ear again. And the poll this week, I don't know what we're gonna do, man. I don't know what we're gonna do. Do you fill out the backside of your name tents? I don't know. We'll figure out something. Anyway, thanks for watching and listening. Peace out to the Warriors.
Are you hyped for E3?
That's right.
E3 even though I'm not gonna be here for it.
Where you going for E3?
I'm not gonna be here. I got something to do. I got something to do Sunday with my fam.
Okay, well, that's just one of the days. But okay, I hear you.
And then I got to work Monday because Pooh Bear is coming for the summer the next weekend, so I got to work Monday.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll throw that poll up then. Want to know if you're excited for E3? And if you don't know what E3 is, answer the poll anyway. It might help us get some good information. So everybody, peace out to the Warriors. Love y'all. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace out.